Peggy O'Reilly, and this is my video of Module 4 homework assignment for Tesol 525. I'm going to be using a combination, I think, of some desuggestopedia and some communicative language methods here. So as you can see behind me, I've got pictures that I would have on the walls for the students to look at. I'm hoping that the environment is light and bright. And the students that I have, I prefer to teach a small class. So in this case, we've got 4 students. They are mid to high intermediate level English speakers, mixed race, mixed gender. So the objective of this is for the students to go through an exercise of ordering a meal in a restaurant. So the first thing that I want them to do is to look at the pictures behind me and determine what kind of meal they think they'd like to have. In this case, these students are going to go to dinner. They're going to go to dinner to a nicer looking, maybe nicer end restaurant, and they're going to go to a steakhouse. So the students are going to sit in a circle. 3 of them will be ordering dinner. 1 of the students will act as the waiter. So the exercise is for them to take their menu, which is going to be a steakhouse driven menu. The person that is the waiter is going to have a pad of paper and a pen to write down everybody's order. Then each of the students that are sitting at the table ready to order are going to be reviewing the menu and choosing what it is they want to eat. They'll have discussions with each other as to what might sound good, and then the wait person is going to come up and ask to take their order. Now in this particular case, there are also some specials that the wait person will have to communicate to the other members. So in this case, in addition to the options that they have on their menu, there is a sea bass special that this person will describe, and there is an ossobuco that this person will also have to describe. So then the team members are each going to decide what they want to eat. So there will be a steak. A couple of them are going to pick the steaks, and 1 of them will pick the ossobuco. So then the wait person goes away to place the order, a little bit of chatting around the table, but then the wait person comes back and says that they are out of the ossobuco. So then the person who chose that is going to have to get the menu and choose something else to order. So then the wait person goes back, there's chatter around the table, dinner's come, everybody's happy with what they had, and now it's determined whether or not they want dessert or not. So the wait person brings back the menu, showing what their options are for dessert. 1 person decides that they want dessert, and the others don't. So the wait person then goes back, puts in that order, brings the dessert, and everybody's happy. Then at the end of this exercise, the wait person is going to bring the bill. And the 3 students that had eaten dinner have to decide, are they going to split the bill evenly? Are they going to pay only for their portion of what they ate? And then how much are they going to have to tip in order to exit the restaurant? So that's the exercise for the dinner. The process on this is going to be that the students will have the option then, after this exercise is complete, to then choose whether or not they want to do a lunch or a breakfast. And then each of the students will have the opportunity to act as the wait person, going through the same type of exercises that we did in the first exercise. So taking their order, telling them that something may be out, and then coming back with the bill, and then the students having to determine how they're going to pay for that bill and how much they might tip the person that waited on them. So that's kind of the outline the warm-up activity is going to be them looking at all the pictures, trying to determine what it is they want to eat, where they want to go, what type of restaurant they want to go to. So whether it's casual or a little bit more dressy, like a steakhouse might be. Once they then choose that, then they're actually in the role at the restaurant. We've got menus for all of these different types of meals, and they can then go through and choose what it is they want. There may be some difficulty in reading some of the menus because some of them, like the hamburger menu, I used Red Robin as an example, has a fairly extensive menu. And so they're going to be going through this time period of trying to decide what they want to eat. And if there's anything on the menu that they don't understand, there will be discussion amongst them to try and determine what that might be and how they know what it is that they want. I will be there as background. If there's something they just can't get through, then I'll help them with that. But my objective here is for the students to interact with each other and to help each other try to understand what it is that they're going to be eating and ordering. So the warm-up, as I said, is to try and decide what they want to eat and where. Then the main lesson is to go through the actual exercise of ordering what it is they want and making sure they understand what they're getting. That they each act as in the role of the wait person, so that they can have this back and forth dialogue with each of the other students to say, okay, for example, when they order steaks, do you want it rare, medium rare? Those kinds of questions are going to have to be thought out in order for them to make sure that they get their menu item correctly. So each time the wait person is going to have to go into a dialogue with each of the individuals that are ordering to make sure that he or she has the order correct and can input it. Then, of course, paying the bill is another challenge. Determining whether or not they want to split the bill evenly or each pay their own way. Speaking from experience, I think that's a little more difficult because you never know how to tip, but that's one of the things that they're going to have to go through. And then determining what it is and how much they want to tip. And then the wrap up with all of this is going to be the students identifying what it felt like to them going through this exercise. Were there intimidating factors that they had to struggle through? Was it fun? Was it not so fun because it was a little too anxiety driven? Because if they're in a real live situation, these things have to kind of be done so that especially in the United States, they can move tables and so on. It's not like in Europe where you have the table for the whole night. So I would want them to the students to then decide and determine what they liked about it, what they didn't like about it, where their anxieties were, where they felt they had to struggle to communicate with each other, anything that was unclear, anything that was not how they thought it would be. And so hopefully with the objective that they would then feel comfortable at any point going out to a restaurant and ordering a meal and making sure that they knew how to pay for it and that they could then do it just about any way they wanted to. So anyway, that is the lesson plan that I have put in place. Like I said, I've got menus for all the levels of all the different meals. They can choose what they want. You'll have to excuse my whiteboard. And then go from there. So that is the extent of this first lesson. Not ever having taught before, it'll be interesting to see how easy or difficult this might be for my students. So, thank you.